Canola School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Alberta Canola Producers Commission, Sask Canola, and Manitoba Canola Growers.
Kelvin Hepner with Real Agriculture, and we're pleased to be joined by Dan Bossy, president of Ag Resource Company up here from Chicago, sharing a market outlook at the Canola Council Convention. And there's actually an interesting story, Dan, when it comes to U.S. biofuel policy and the impact that could have on canola markets here in Canada. Argentinian biofuels are also part of this picture. Can you fill us in on what the situation is here?
Yeah, absolutely. So last year, the U.S. imported about 2 million metric tons of Argentinian B100 or biodiesel. That country sent the oil to, of course, the United States. We paid $1 tax credit to it. But under President Trump and the new biodiesel policy, we expected to make America great again. And so generally speaking, a lot of those imports probably won't get the tax issue this year as reconciliation bills come forward in the United States. That would mean that we're going to a producer tax credit in the U.S., and that would really bump U.S. soybean oil demand up 600 to 800 million pounds, and in tow could bring Canadian canola oil into the United States for domestic use. That would be a big change. We don't expect it until maybe midsummer, but it's something every Canadian canola producer needs to be watching closely.
Okay, so that's more domestic demand for U.S. soybeans and then Canadian canola supplanting that.
Because if you think about the end stocks in U.S. soybean oil, we're about 1.7 billion pounds. If we use another 600 or 800 million pounds, those stocks get down to pipelines. So we have to supplant it with some veg oils from somewhere else. And Canada's right across our border, and I can't think of a better vegetable oil to bring in.
Okay. Convenient that you say that here at the Canola Council Convention. When it comes to the canola market outlook right now, it maybe seems like a broken record, but canola seems to have a more bullish outlook than the rest of the oilseed complex.
Yeah, Kelvin, I was happy to speak today to something bullish. It's been a while since I've been able to do that. There's too much soybeans in the world, too many palm oil. China's demand has been relatively good, but we did have the snafu last year in terms of Canadian trade. This year, it looks like everything's going right for canola. And so we've got strong demand, strong crush, strong exports. The Chinese are looking like they're going to probably slow or stop their weekly auction each week of 100,000 tons. So we're excited about the opportunities for canola. But as I told producers here today, don't get too excited because we've got the abundance and oversupply of every other veg oil in the world. Mm-hmm.
So how much of a spread can we see between soybeans and canola? Are we going to push the limits there on that spread?
We think we go out to record highs in terms of the relationship. We really think that there's a story to be bullish in canola. Some of that will depend a little bit about that million metric tons that's still out there in the snow, but as it comes in, we start to understand quality, and we start to see what demand will be. But Stats Canada came up with a record January export number here this morning, and we think going forward that export pace continues as the Chinese look like they have a fairly sizable appetite.
All right. Well, it sounds like a positive story. Thanks for taking the time to chat with us again, Dan.
You're very welcome. Enjoyed being with you.